Hello, welcome to Mental Health. This is Mental Health Fan Edition number 3. And I'm here with a good friend of mine, Alex. And I've known him for 18 years. He's a really good friend of mine. And I'm still not even going to try his last name.
We'll leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that, yeah. Oh, man. I'm just happy to see you right now. It's been since September last year.
Was that the last time up in Ottawa?
Oh, no, okay, yeah. There was that show, a
Yeah.
couple of shows in Ottawa at Yucks. But, yeah, still really happy to see you.
Yeah, man.
Let's get right down to it, Alex. So, how did you start listening to metal? I hear that you were converted.
It is a funny story. This guy I met working at a hotel happened to play a what was it? It must have been an Anthrax record for me, and got me out of the world of, I'm not going to say it too loudly, but hip hop. But yeah, it was just it wasn't the first time I'd ever heard metal. Um, you know, 2000, or not 2000, I'd say 98, 99. It started with Korn, Limp Bizkit, the whole no metal
New metal.
wave. And then, yeah, when I heard that, it was, see, to get serious for a moment, I grew up with a father that was a musician as well, and he was big into classical music. And hearing metal, you hear the same stuff that these symphonic groups are playing, and it transitioned into what goes on in metal, to me anyways, and that was what hooked me in.
It's true. It's awesome, like, especially bands like Allegiant, which I interviewed Greg Burgess. So, like, metal bands like that, it's classical is a huge influence. And I liked how you were a drummer, and then you started listening to metal, and then you got really good at drums.
Well, see, I always, I started drumming when I was, again, through my father, the 4 or 5 years old. I'd started with doing rudimental drumming and never actually got behind a drum kit till I was 19, 20 years old. And then again, got the hook for that and don't do it anymore, but people grow up a little bit and have to have responsibilities.
It's either that or they forget the condom, and then you get the baby part that comes
Wouldn't
with
that much,
that.
but
You know, you know. Tell them about was it your blue drum kit and how you basically starved yourself to get to pay off this kit. That was awesome.
well, every musician that tries to make something of themselves, you need the tools to do the job. And it had to have been 6 to 8 months where it was pay rent, buy groceries, or buy drum kit stuff, like buy gear, and it was pay my rent and buy gear and a little bit of booze in between.
Yeah, that was back when I used to drink. Remember when I puked on that naked and ruined that shower curtain?
One of the highlights of my 20s, getting back to my apartment. It was your birthday too. It was
It
your next.
was. I put a Nalgene container with like 5 shots whiskey, a whole bunch of other alcohols. I don't even remember, and that was the pre-drinking thing.
And then a steady, what, 4 or 5 hours at the bar
Yep,
to
yep.
get back to my place. And I obviously give you my spare room for the night because you lived on the other side of town. And needless to say, I heard some rustling while I was sitting on the couch having a cigarette. I wasn't supposed to be smoking in the apartment at the time, too. I never got in trouble for that either.
I covered for you.
I'm sitting there having a smoke because I'm not quite ready to go to bed, and I hear Rob rustling in my spare room, and the next thing I know, where I'm sitting on my couch is a perfect view down the hallway between the bedrooms and the bathroom, and there's Rob's fucking naked ass bolting it to my bathroom and explodes everywhere. My ex-girlfriend at the time was very, 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 very happy about the fact that this shower curtain that she had to have was just brown from the I
It was
think it was
probably rum.
rye rum and cokes. It was Coke anyways. It was down the shower curtain, and it was awesome.
It's okay. She wasn't a keeper, anyways.
Exactly. Take your fucking shower curtain and go.
Oh, back in those days, I'd say the biggest drug experience I had back in those days was when I bought an ounce of mushrooms and I didn't weigh them out or anything, and I ended up eating that. I ended up eating like at least half an ounce of mushrooms.
I missed that whole thing. I heard about it the next day. I think it was the next day or one. It was right after the whole situation, and it had gotten explained to me, and I just went, "Wow, I wish I was there."
um, yeah. So this was my first religious experience. I had to eat half ounce of mushrooms to do that. So that's why I don't really believe in like the Jesus stuff. So that's why I call my higher power Frank. Yeah, but I ate the mushrooms and they kicked in and I needed to go outside. So I put on one boot, not the other one.
This was at a coworker's place too.
Yeah, an apartment in at the
Coworker.
time not the best area in the city.
No, 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 definitely not.
And I went running and I took off my shirt. 10 meters down, there's my pants. Uh, another 10 meters, my boxers. I got even my socks.
I
You
heard
know,
there.
there's a thing when, like, especially back in my younger days, well, all the time, really, when I get really fucked up, I end up naked. It happens.
There's a reoccurring theme to these stories.
Robbie doesn't like clothes when he's really fucked up. You know?
I heard there was a truck involved with the whole thing too, but that's
Oh, I'll get to that. So after I I lied in the grass, just like wow, this the fresh dew, and you're naked on the grass. I saw this car go by, so I ran after it and ended up touching the window. And I was like, wow, that felt real. Because at this point, I think I'm dreaming. I don't know what the fuck's going on. And
and
then
sidebar this for a second. I think this is at the point where they're on the balcony wondering where you went and see you running down the street naked.
yeah, that's me. Yeah, that was me.
What they explained to me was that you left because you were in a panic about something, and they were also drinking and I'm pretty sure they were smoking too. So they weren't too concerned right off the bat that you left until you were running down the street naked. Major road too. It's not like it's the back road just a little quiet neighborhood. This is like a connecting road in the city. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. And then I saw this red Dodge Ram truck, just like the one my dad used to have when I was a kid. And I'm like, hey, this is a dream, right? So let's get inside the truck. I opened the door, got into the truck, and then when you're on mushrooms, you kind of lose the ability to use your fingers well, especially on that kind of mount. I couldn't get out of the truck. I puked in that truck, and then I put the windows down and ended up crawling through the window to get out of the truck, and then I punched the mirror. So that was cool.
Yeah. Just another adventurous day with Rob. Like I
The
said,
reason why I don't do drugs now.
smart.
We're not even talking about the really hard ones yet. So yeah.
just just diving in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is like before I'm even 20. I think that was like just before my last semester at school because I graduated early because I had extra credits. So yeah, this is what
Gotta
happens when you really smart like that.
gotta love those BS courses that you just show up and they give you a
I,
credit.
I got those credits from canoeing and kayaking and in the summer with the
I
program.
I graduated like early just because of music class, but I never went to one class. I just showed up and played the exam and passed the course.
Oh,
I
yeah, yeah. He's not going to do anything if we don't give him the diploma. So
4 years I signed up for music class and never went to the class and just showed up and played the exam and that's all I needed and got out early.
because you did your drugs pretty early too, and then you got pretty clean, right?
Yeah, I got up one morning and just was about to partake in the day's activities and just said, I'm done. And just put it down. Didn't touch it again.
Yeah.
I don't get me wrong, I still have a beer or whatnot now, but it there's no, thankfully there was no addiction issues that I had to go through. And hats off to you for what you're fighting through, man. And I got a whole bunch of support for you.
I know. That's why you're one of my best friends. So we go way back. So
Yeah, man.
yeah. So remember Gigantour? Were you there for number one and two, or just two?
One and two. One and two.
Awesome. Yeah. So you were there when we saw Into Eternity for the first time.
And they were the opener that they were opening the day, which was, what a better way to set off a festival.
Yeah. Stu Block was my first interview, and yeah, nothing but respect for that guy. I love him.
Oh,
Um, yeah,
hell of a vocalist.
yeah, exactly.
And
And
he's Canadian to boot, so
to boot, that's correct.
boot.
I say boot, not bout. You know. All right.
Yeah.
What was your favorite concert you've been to?
It's a tough one because, uh, my wife and I, we went to one of the heavy MTLs over 2 days, and it was just, nonstop. And it name the band, and they name a band, I guess would have been 2010, and like pretty much every, top metal band then was there, and it was a culmination of two tours. It was the Mayhem tour and Heavy MTL over 2 days. That was a really good one. But I'm a big fan of like small venue shows.
Yeah, yeah. Were you there when we went to Mudvayne
Yes,
at the Cool House?
Mudvayne was awesome. That
Yeah,
was
that was
with
really cool.
In Flames.
In Flames was awesome. Yeah, yeah.
The In Flames and Trivium was that tour. I can't remember who opened for Mudvayne.
Um, Blood Simple. I don't
Yes,
think they were cool. Like I bought the album. There was a couple good songs, but I haven't heard anything from them since.
uh,
Yeah,
but Mudvayne, that's a shame. That's a good band.
yeah. Oh, the bassist in Mudvayne was so talented. Well, is I don't know what he's doing now, but yeah,
It's a shame.
great live show. I wish we could have seen him with the makeup, but that was only the first album.
Yeah, yeah.
Got to get him somehow.
I seen Hatebreed in Ottawa on a like 200-person venue, which was pretty freaking cool.
Yeah,
You know,
that is cool.
tiny, tiny little room with Hatebreed, and that was it was
Was
the
that
bands that opened for
Mavericks? So I
Capital.
saw Deicide, Jungle Rot, and Origin there a year ago. That was awesome.
No, it
That's
was
I'm wearing the shirt. I'm wearing the shirt.
cool. It was I think it was Capital City Music Hall, which is like north of Rideau Street. Anyways, yeah. There,
Cool.
um, but one of my first shows still etched in there was Corn and Limp Bizkit. That's still etched in.
Yeah, that was like Mississauga Arrow Hall, wasn't it?
Yeah, dug 'em, ha ha ha.
It's amazing how we just like every now and then there's someone in the crowd that you'll remember forever, and
Speak,
that's what Duggan was.
speaking of that heavy MTL show, I think it was we took a break because Five Finger Death Punch had come on.
Yeah, yeah. Who needs to see those guys, right? Anyone who tries to be as metal, like that hard, it's just like, no,
It,
thank you.
they are
Either natural or get the fuck out.
they're the Nickelback of heavy metal.
It's true. It's true.
Anyways, so we go to the beer tent, and then we're starting to make our way back to the main stages, and we notice right where like they've got a support for the stage. My wife and I look over, and this guy is just finger blasting this girl. And it's just one of those memories that you just can't get. You can't just. It won't go away. I wasn't even the one that noticed it. She tapped me on the shoulder and goes, "Look at that." I'm like, "Well, look, gee, yeah, look at that." Like,
uh,
when plain as day, maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and he's just digging into her.
awesome. Yeah.
Just, like you say, it's one of it's those memories that shows that just stick with you.
Maybe I'll post a picture from Gigantour 2 of me when I bought the hoodie and the Lamb of God hoodie
Oh,
and
the Mohawk.
the Mohawk one. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I might put that picture up right now. See that Mohawk? That was pretty cool, right? Yeah.
You were what? How old?
18 max.
Yeah. Hell of a show, though.
Yeah, yeah, it was a great show. Yeah, yeah.
Some
So,
other.
is there anything else you want to talk about? Oh yeah, you are a drummer now. Just you don't use a whole bunch of drums.
Yeah, I just used one again. Yeah. Just yeah. I don't know if you want to touch on it, but yeah,
Hey,
I
hey,
still
hey, hey! It's still drumming.
um I play in a competitive bagpipe band now because there's just I don't have a drum kit anymore. I looked at going back and getting another one, but again, it's just the money to invest in it again. It's not worth it. So it's an outlet, and I'm able to play. I even teach other players as well. So it you know it it's something to do. It's a hobby thing now.
Yeah, you have more important things to put your money into, like your caramel sweet, the car I gave you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good investment too.
um, I'll put a picture of this up too. I guess it means I'm gonna have to do some editing, but yeah, I used to have an '82 Monte Carlo, and my biggest dream as a kid was to make it a lowrider, and I did that by the time I was 24. Maybe some people have dreams about being a doctor or like a lawyer and stuff. I just wanted to make my Monte Carlo a lowrider, and I did that. And
Everybody,
then with drug addiction, I let it rot in my parents' garage for a long time. And I decided either I'm going to turn it into a cube or give it to someone who's really going to take care of it and deserves it. And that was Alex here. So, yeah.
and it's coming back. Like I just put the floor back in it and giving it some TLC.
But this isn't car health. It's mental health. Yeah. Um, do you want to talk about anything like mental health at all, or do you want to just not be open about that and stuff too?
Well, I've if you there's something you want to talk about it, by all means. I mean, I've had to deal with it in my family. My father, I'm not sure as to what happened, but he suffered from like a split personality disorder, and he also was I guess what's the term for it now? The politically correct term would be like bipolar. I'm not sure.
Retard. I mean,
Anyways, he
I'm schizophrenic, you guys. Like, if anyone can say that, it's me. And I don't mean retard as in like you're handicapped or something or anything. For me, retard means like if you skateboarded and hit your head too many times, or if you did a bunch of meth like I did, and now you're retarded. Yeah, no, that's retarded.
But no, it's it's a battle that you have to deal with. There was some times where I had some demons to also deal with, and
I know, because I didn't talk to you for like 10 years, and I thought it was because when we went swimming that one time, I peed in your swim trunks because I peed in the lake. And then, like, then when I came back like 10 years later into your life, and I was like, man, I'm sorry I peed in your swim trunks. And you're like, what? I thought I did something, but it was just your head that was fucked too. So,
it was you know, we all have issues, different severities of them, but
the important thing is that I love you right now, and I know you're one of those guys that can't say I love you, but that's okay. I know you mean it when you say have a good day.
no, you definitely. I like I said, I've got you. I support you 100% on on your sobriety and what you're doing with this. This is a good outlet for you, I believe, too.
You're just quoting Stu Block right there.
Did I seriously?
Basically, that's what he said.
You
First
see,
thing.
but you know what I'm saying, though.
Yeah, I do. Well, I love you, Alex, and have a good day. I think we're done here.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Right, I'm gonna stop the record button.